I'm not in a position to comment on the details. I mean, I'm in the same situation that anybody else is on the island as far as watching developments in the news. Clearly, it's a very unprecedented situation. It's very unusual. I think it's a very unique situation, and it's posing a lot of challenges. Clearly, safety comes first. The safety of the travelling public is imperative. And of course, I expect it's causing some unfortunate disruption on our own travellers with our air links to Gatwick. So I hope that it's able to be resolved as soon as possible. But as the airport at Gatwick have announced and made very clear, they have to take this travelling public's safety as a priority.
I guess if a drone did get into an engine of an aircraft, it could be quite catastrophic.
Yes. There's studies proven and available online which show the effect of a moderate-sized drone hitting the wing of an aircraft, the canopy or the engine, all of which would be a very serious event.
A lot of comments being made about aren't there any jamming systems available to actually stop the drones flying near airports?
So we know that there's jamming technology available. The problem is making sure that any jamming used has effect only in the intended area and on the intended frequencies and use. The jamming is covered by legislation under the Wireless Telegraphy Act, and that's an area of expertise for Ofcom and the Communications Commission. As a safety regulator, where our interest is making sure that any jamming doesn't have unintended consequences, which could have even more detriment than the aims of the jamming in the first place.
And they can't be really picked up. Too small, are they, to be effectively picked up on radar?
So there's two forms of radar. There's the old-fashioned radar from the 1940s, really, which is basically bounces off pieces of metal and tells you an object is there. These are very, very small. They're not always made, and invariably not made of metal, and therefore very hard to detect. There's also a form of radar where it relies on the aircraft transponding a signal, and that relies on equipment which has its own weight and power requirements and battery requirements. And so at the moment, whilst there's huge work underway in the aviation world to develop lightweight, low power transponders with lightweight batteries, we're not yet at the place where these are suitable for deployment, but I would anticipate such transponding capability to become feasible within the next few years, and certainly within the next decade.